Hey, Kyle here. Deployment in middle of turn 1. We are doing a 4,000 point apocalypse. Me and Mike. He's playing Space Wolves and I'm playing Space Marines. And Trevor, who is behind me, he doesn't want to be shown on camera.
Oh, yeah.
And Daryl.
Or Daryl decided to have a change of heart.
And he's playing Imperial Guard. And
Yep.
Trevor's playing his
Something
Tau.
new.
This is a 4,000 points on each side apocalypse game. We have 2 tables here. I have my little setup. And we basically merged forces. The forces of the Imperium are fighting the Imperial Guard traitors.
Y'all moving, right? Y'all moving.
More to come. Okay, Kyle here, end of turn 1. Nothing really happened. Basilisk missed. Just pretty much all movement. Just nothing but movement. More to come. Kyle here, end of turn 2. No casualties as of yet. The Basilisk got immobilized. And both hammerheads missed. Well, one hit but didn't do anything, and one missed outright. Daryl, you have any comments?
No, not yet. It's too early to tell.
Mike, you have any comments?
Nope.
Cover your face, Trevor. Trevor, you have any comments?
I like tacos.
You like tacos. More to come. Hey, Kyle here, end of turn 3.
Pretty much going to be either tornadoes or...
Yeah, nothing really happened. A lot of shooting, a lot of nothing. My Land Raider got shaken. And Daryl's thing got stunned. More to come. End of turn 4, it was a long turn. There's an assault going on here. Scouts against cavalry. A lot of stuff moved up. That Land Raider got wrecked. Trevor basically he deep struck the guy and hit the Land Raider, and then Mike came in and took care of it.
And Tau has to leave.
Tau has to leave.
Peace, people.
Tau is retreating. More to come.
No!
Hey, Kyle here. Yeah, I know. I didn't record the end game segment. Mainly because we had some issues with Trevor. He had to all of a sudden just leave because his mom or his sister came and picked him up. And there was also another problem when we were setting up, when we were basically deploying. He was in the other room playing Pokemon while his teammate, Daryl, was setting up his army. And right after we all got set up, we were just sitting there like, Trevor, come on. And he came out and we had to wait for him for about 10-20 minutes. And he was also doing it throughout the entire game, to where he was just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Whenever it was our turn, he would be in the other room, you know. And I mean, Daryl had to go too, but you know, all 3 of us had a good talk after the game. And let's just say that we're not the most happy. You know, it was a good game, you know. It was really fun. And we also had a little problem because Trevor said that the extra armor was, because it says right in the codex, had extra armor. If it's stunned, it counts as shaken. Well, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So Mike basically called up GW personally, basically called up GW directly, because he called the support line for if you have a question about a rule, and they said that the extra armor, you decrease whatever happens to the vehicle, you decrease that by 1. So if it's wrecked, it becomes immobile. If it's immobile, it's weapon destroyed. If it's exploding, it goes down to wrecked. So you basically can't explode a vehicle with extra armor. And he's like, oh well, people up at Glen Burnie, they do play it that way, because they probably play it word by the book, and don't bother to go in depth with some of the rules. But if we call up GW and ask them, they say that it decreases your damage, it modifies your damage to roll after you penetrate by 1. And they said an example, if it's destroyed, it gets wrecked. That's what was one of the examples. So that was a kind of another thing. And I mean, Trevor's a good player. He just has to understand that if he's there to play Warhammer, he's there to play Warhammer. He can't go back and forth Pokemon and Warhammer, because if he wants to play Pokemon, he plays Pokemon. He doesn't play Warhammer. That's the rule. Well, it's not really a rule, it's just respectful to the other people who are there to play Warhammer. So, next week, Trevor will be there. And if he does this again, they'll probably not going to be playing with him anymore. You know, it's just really, really annoying and very aggravating when we're waiting for him. Every time something happens to one of his Tau, we're waiting for him. You know. And but in all, the game itself, after saying what I've been saying about Trevor, the game, I went over the battle report of what's done right up to this segment of the video, and I think Mike and I probably had the tactical advantage, because I had my conversion beamer, my Master of the Forge, with the conversion beamer I just built, about to get in position and start raining hell on the enemy, and on the advancing enemy. And, you know, the stealth suits are coming up, you know, but if it's a blast weapon, what about Tau stealth suits and blast weapons? You know, if you know they're there, then just go. But now there's probably something like, oh, you can't target them directly, or something like that. But, and also another thing is, Trevor wanted to use his little tower, but sort of used it to his advantage, because it counted as a bunker, because it was so armored. So it was 14 armor all the way around. It was like a bunker on top of a tower. And it was just, he sort of waited to tell. I don't know if we waited or if he just didn't tell us, because we weren't so sure on how the bunkers worked yet. You know, like buildings and embarking into a building and whatnot. And he sort of said, oh, you can just shoot the guys inside. You know, we're trying to blow up the bunker. You know? It's like, come on. You wait to tell us. You know, we're not even sure on how this works yet. You know. If you know, you need to tell us. So he sort of had this bunker, this sort of tower on his side that gave him an advantage. But I had my conversion beamer up. Everything was moving forward. We didn't have a whole lot of casualties. Like, we had no infantry casualties yet, except for a few of Mike's scouts. But other than that, I think we would have had the tactical advantage. Now, anyways, I gotta get this segment over with before it turns into a vlog. This is KyleXPie665 signing out. I hope you like this first official Apocalypse video. Bye.